This is a temporary intro song. The real song isn't ready yet.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Save and Continue, fanning the flames of faithful fandom. I am your jolly old host, Fox.
Ho, 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 ho.
That's my line.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
I'm Steve. I'm here too.
Yeah, he's also here. My loyal elf.
How dare you?
My loyal Mrs. Claus, Steve.
Yeah, that's better. I accept that first.
Cool. Good.
Kyle,
You would sip.
something fascinating happened to me last night.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I had an epiphany.
Okay.
It's Christmas time. It is officially out. The day after Thanksgiving has come and gone.
It's which is the official legal beginning
That's
to the
what-
Christmas.
At the Council of Nicaea, they declared the day
Council
after
of Elrond
Thanksgiving
decided.
that the day after Christmas would be the beginning of Thanksgiving. So last night, my family and I were watching Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Classic Christmas film.
Great movie.
Yes, classic Christmas film.
Oh, absolutely. John Williams makes anything a classic immediately.
Do you think Die Hard is a Christmas film?
No.
What makes Home Alone more of a Christmas film than Die Hard?
The actual stated themes. The actual themes of the movie.
The theme of the movie is protecting your home from thieves.
Yeah, just like Christmas. That's what Christmas is about.
That's my point.
No. I don't think you
is protecting the house from thieves.
You understand the plot and the themes of a movie are two different things, right? The plot of the movie, yes, is Kevin McAllister has to provide.
The themes are family and protecting, or not protecting, like growing up, coming of age.
It's
There's
a bit of a coming of
there.
age. It's a bit of like learning how to live, or not learning how to live, but like he at first is happy that he has been left behind. Like in the classic Left Behind movie.
Christmas.
What I'm saying is the actual theme of the movie comes together in that like a love for his family and missing them and being reunited during a holiday season. I understand. Die Hard kind of does that a little bit.
Absolutely it does. It's all about him saving his wife. He's doing this for his wife.
Well, yes.
It is a familial thing. Unquestionably, yes.
Yes, there's a similarity. I would also say the imagery of the movie makes it far more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard. Die Hard, yes, again. Please don't.
You're doing a lot of conceding points here, Fox, but go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, here's how I'll say it. They both have similar themes. I would say Die Hard is a lot more lighthearted, and I do think the Christmas season is a lighthearted season in the like imagery of Santa and all that jazz. It is much more lighthearted. I'd say thematically they are similar, but Left Behind is far more Left Behind. He's left behind. He's left behind in Home Alone. We need a crossover. We need a mashup.
Kevin McAllister.
He wakes up or finds out he's been left behind.
His family's been raptured.
He assumes it's just because they got on their flight and forgot him, but then like weeks go by.
Left alone.
Left alone. We bring back Nick Cage for this one.
So here's my...
I would say that the tone maybe is more important, actually.
Why does for example, Violent Night, starring David Harbour, is an explicitly Christian film about Santa Claus?
It's a Christian film?
Or Christmas, sorry.
We are not good at words these days.
Explicitly Christian about how Santa Claus murders home invader terrorists. No,
that's true.
Christmas film about Santa Claus, and he goes in, and it is gory and brutal.
Right, that's the joke. Is that it's a exploitation film, a Christmas exploitation film.
But it is more explicitly Christian than Christmas. Dagnabbit, Christmas than either of these films that we're talking about. Here's my argument. Both of these films take place during Christmas. Mm-hmm. Christmas decor, Christmas music, Christmas things are seen throughout both films.
Yep.
The fact that it is Christmas is an important part of the plot in both films.
I would say that it is not important to the plot of Die Hard.
But then there'd be no party. Everybody wouldn't be there for Christmas.
It could just be a generic office party.
It could just be somebody's birthday.
Right.
In Home Alone.
Right. I would actually state
they're equal.
If we're being truly honest, neither of them are actually Christmas movies.
So
there we go.
So this is my point.
Okay.
They're equally Christmas movies.
They're equally Christmas in that they are not really Christmas movies.
I would disagree.
They have the visual trappings of
movies.
the American Christmas season.
For me, what makes a Christmas movie is that the fact that it is Christmas is an important part of the plot. So, like Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter inexplicably is seen as a Christmas film.
That one's wild. It's literally a scene.
It is one scene that has nothing to do with the
and
overall
then,
plot.
in like an establishing shot, you see Flitwick putting like a Christmas something on a tree.
Right, and they open gifts.
Yeah, they open
morning.
Gifts.
And that is not a Christmas film because it has nothing to do. They could delete that scene from the entire movie, and the movie would be identical.
Hey, you ever think about Harry doesn't get gifts for anybody, despite being extremely wealthy?
He does.
What does he get? He got gifts.
Not until like the second movie.
Really?
He starts giving. Yeah, absolutely.
In the first one, he doesn't.
No, he does not. But that's because
also he didn't really have the opportunity to.
He's never needed to.
There are lots of moments in that series where his wealth could really help people out, and he just doesn't.
He has openly offered wealth to people,
Sometimes,
and they have turned him down, to the point that in the Triwizard Tournament, his winnings, he refused to receive them, tried to give them away to several different people, and ended up giving it to the Weasley brothers.
Sure,
In
that's
full.
true.
So I just want to be clear. There are a lot of things
He could have
wrong
bought
with-
his friend Ron a new wand, though, when it broke.
The Weasleys would have refused. They would have.
That's how they justify
It's a
Harry
Weasley problem.
being selfish.
But,
anyway,
yes.
I'll agree that they are both Christmas movies. They are both Christmas season movies. Can we say that?
No,
there are
yes.
Christmas season movies,
But
neither of them are about Christmas as a holiday.
Yes. No, I like this. Distinguishing between Christmas season movies.
Harry Potter is neither.
Is neither. It is not
There's
even
snow
close.
in one episode,
Yes.
in one scene. Come on, man.
Oh, geez. Yeah, they are Christmas season movies. Whereas things like Elf and
Elf is
Violent
explicitly
Night
a Christmas. Yes.
are explicitly Christmas.
Now we
movies.
we are then making the distinction between like Santa Christmas and Jesus Christmas.
I think that's where we get between Christian and
Christmas. Yes.
Because, I mean, look, okay. Disclaimer before.
Could you make a
fifth
Christian
disclaimer
Christmas movie that is not explicitly about like the birth narrative?
Yes. Easily, yes.
Okay, interesting.
I would say that with minor tweaks, It's a Wonderful Life could be one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
But, okay, disclaimer, I think the war on Christmas is overblown.
It's not a thing is what it is.
But
It's
I will
outside
say
of a right-wing narrative.
that there is absolutely not Christian Christmas, even though it is... this is a real opinion of mine. I think Christmas is one of the most overlooked signs of cultural appropriation on the planet.
Huge, yeah.
Yes, but there is not Christian Christmas and there is Christian Christmas.
Right.
These are explicitly different things. And so there are Christmas movies that have nothing to do with Jesus. Yes, that is a thing, but that's yeah,
That's a whole that's literally another topic for another day. We'll do that eventually.
Yeah, we'll do that someday for sure. Okay, but we should probably talk about
let's get into our actual topic for the day.
Yeah. So this time of year, trading card games are going to be releasing. Usually they're going to be trying to come to a big release that they have been building up to. Like, for example, Magic the Gathering just recently released the
Avatar just dropped.
The Last Airbender
Yep.
series. And then I'm sure Pokemon has one coming out too that I
Yes.
probably should have looked
it's
up
a
before
Mega
we did this.
Evolution something or other.
Yeah.
Something.
So what we want to discuss today, Christmas time of year, people are looking to give this stuff as gifts. Scalping. Scalping is a highly controversial, may not be the right thing because it's pretty universally abhorred.
Unless you are actively engaging in the process of scalping these things,
Right.
you're generally not a fan. Unless you have a lot of money, then it doesn't matter really as much to you.
Right. So we are going to, this is going to be a part of a series, not a series, but like we're going to put a title on this that is like maybe hot take or devil's advocate or something like that.
Yeah, hot devil.
Something that we're going to do every once in a while. No, that's my...
The devil's take.
That's my Reddit fanfic.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I'll read that later.
So, it's all this to say, we're going to have debate about scalping, and I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yes, we're going to talk
Steve.
about scalping. One of us, Steve, is going to be on the side of the scalpers.
I am.
He's going to be... He's very good at being terrible, so he's going to be on that side
Got a lot
of
of
the
experience
scalpers.
with it.
Right. Now, before we get into that...
Considering that I agree with Calvinists on total depravity and little else, I will admit I am absolutely terrible.
For sure.
Yes. So
Now, before we get into it, I don't think either of us are going to be pro scalping. We should put that out
don't
there.
even get me started.
I don't think
man.
either of us are really even pro buy at normal price most of the time.
Yeah, you and I have mostly sworn off buying new
The
products.
ethics of TCGs itself is another topic that we could get into.
Yeah.
But before what we should define, what are we talking about when we talk about scalping?
So scalping is the act of purchasing large amounts, often clearing out entire stores of product.
Yes.
Specifically so that you can then go open it and resell everything at market price at a much elevated price.
Yeah, at an elevated price. Yeah.
Right.
You are precluding people from being able to buy at a lower price.
Right. Market price meaning what it is worth to the community.
Sure, yes.
Yeah,
Market
what it is
price,
worth in the market
something
at
like
that moment.
TCGplayer.com will have a market price.
Right.
And that is based on what people are paying for that product on average from that site.
And with the exclusive goal of making money.
Of making money off of
Right.
it, yes.
Very rarely are these scalpers actually heavily involved in the game. You might
Yes.
play for fun, casually, or whatever.
Often you are hoarding product in order to create scarcity,
Right.
things like that. And so typically it is not seen as a good practice.
Correct. So,
I think you need to start, though, because I think we've already clearly defined not great. I think
Right.
I'm on top. I'm winning this debate so far.
well, all together here, we are trying to put morals on something that is a product in general.
Okay.
And when it comes to buying and selling a product, that's the purpose of the product. And at the end of the day, the scalpers don't set prices. If you were somebody who was going and buying these things, all of them at once,
Yeah.
all you're doing is hoping to make more money back. If the community decided we're just not going to buy cards,
That's true.
we're not going to buy them. We're not going to buy singles. We're not going to buy from
Some real
scalpers.
victim shaming over there,
It
but
would absolutely plummet. And so, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm speaking of reality here.
Yeah.
This is true that if the community flat out just decided we are not going to buy product at that price, at least we're gonna max out our purchases at $5 or whatever. Scalpers would become ruined. People would go bankrupt.
yes,
for that,
no,
you know what I mean?
I do agree that this is it takes two to tango, so to speak. Somebody does need to buy all this product in order to theoretically raise the prices in a way that is unethical, you could say, in a scalping sense. But then somebody needs to buy them at those prices in order to. We could easily just all collectively have a laugh and say no, and then everybody just wasted a lot of money. All the scalpers just waste a lot of money.
And that's happened sometimes with sets like Aether Drift or the new Spider-Man set that just came out.
Yeah, that one shockingly did not. It kind of
the
flopped.
cards were just not great. Like,
Sure.
they really relied on the.
They're
theming
relying
to
on
take 'em.
collecting, and yes, I recognize that. Yeah.
And it happens that scalpers will go and buy crap tons of product, and then lose money like crazy. That's just truth. And so it's part gambling and it's part relying on the community as the gamble, though.
Yes, it is relying on the community. I would say, like, generally, I'd actually agree, like, who cares? It's just a game. But it does, in a sense, preclude people from actually engaging in this game. When we talk about engaging in a hobby, 99 times out of 100, if not more, that's going to include some kind of cost to getting into that hobby.
Yes.
If I want to go disc golfing with you, sure, I can borrow some discs from you, somebody who's already into it,
Right.
once or twice. But if I'm really into it, there's a good chance I'm going to want to go get my own disc. This is exactly what happened. I went and played.
Yeah.
I borrowed for a couple of times. And I was like, this is really fun. So I went and got myself a starter set. And so it's not a necessarily wrong thing that there is a cost into it. That's a pretty standard part of hobbying. But if I said, oh, cool, I'm going to go now buy some discs because I want to keep playing on a regular basis and don't want to have to rely on you, and then you went to the store and said, give me all of your discs, and then you were the only person in town who had discs to buy from, you are not only kind of just being a general, like, bad person, like, that's just like kind of a jerk move, but also you are precluding me really from engaging in this fun hobby that we would hope would be pretty easy to access
So
to the general populace.
yes and no. They buy new product.
Yeah.
Scalpers will go and buy new releases.
Yeah.
Pokemon releases dozens of side products.
Constantly.
Yes, constantly old product.
Yeah.
Product that just wasn't as good. Scalpers won't keep buying it. It's like Scalpers going to continue to buy 151, a Pokemon set.
There will
Scalpers
be
are
some
gonna continue to
evergreens.
buy
I'd say most
Prismatic
sets are
Evolutions.
evergreen.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But Scalpers aren't out there, scrambling for Paldea Evolved. They're not out there climbing over each other for Aether Drift, things like that.
Sure.
And so there are things out there that people can go purchase, not to mention the fact that if you're, like you're saying, you went and bought a starter kit, zero scalpers are buying starter decks.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not buying any starter kits. They're not buying anything that allows people to go out. None of this stops you from playing Pauper, going out and just playing with the, less than $1 a card, or Peasants, only commons and uncommons, things like that. There are formats, there are play styles. There is a world. What people are saying when they get frustrated with scalpers is, I want the fancy best cards, and I want them to be available to me at a price that I like.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, they can have millions of ways to play otherwise.
Here's going to be the hard part, is that I'm probably actually going to agree with you. A lot of this time. This is going to be a bad debate.
Should we swap?
Maybe we
I will
should.
swap right now.
Honestly, we're talking about just capitalism in general.
Yes.
I'm generally, like, the idea of, I just want to say every single time, yeah, you're right. It's just a hobby, though, so we don't need to engage, so just don't. But I will say that it should be easier to engage with. The core, I think we have to make an assumption that engaging with something like a TCG, I just dropped my phone, it's fine. Engaging with Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or something, to a certain extent, engaging with it does include some sort of the gamble.
Yes.
Part of the core of these games, now it is a marketing technique more than it is, I would say, necessary to the game. The gambling aspect of it is a standard part of a TCG. All TCGs have some kind of gambling aspect to it, if I'm not mistaken. I can't think of one off the top of my head that doesn't have a booster pack with a random assortment of cards with the possibility of getting something good.
Well, legally, every single pack has to have the odds printed on it.
Well, yes, it has to have...
Because it is gambling.
It is. It's odds. Yeah, it's still odds. You know the general nature. You know you're going to get, 7 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare or better, 1 foil, and then, like, that foil slot could be anything, I think. Like, in a general Magic pack, it might be different now. That's what it has been for a long time.
10, 3, 1 foil.
And then you'll get, like,
and then there's
a token or
a
an
token
art
or whatever.
card or
Yeah,
some other random
Lands.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Right. And so I would say that if we are talking about a TCG, you can say, well, just do it differently. But if I say, let's go play Magic the Gathering, or if I say my son and I are, who's 4 years old, and in a couple of years, I'm going to say if he wants to get into Pokemon, and I change my mind and decide, yeah, sure, that's fine. Then being a part of that, getting into the hobby itself, is getting into the gambling aspect nature of it. That opening a pack is, to a certain extent, a core experience of the game. And yes, you can always say, well, then just buy singles, or just buy starter packs, or just buy that one set from 2 years ago that isn't as popular, so it's less expensive now. But that is gatekeeping to the extreme. Like you are saying, you don't get to engage in this hobby in one of its core functions because I control it. I have more money. I am able to do it, and therefore I'm the one that gets to. Which is just not a great way. Like, gatekeeping is probably one of the major arguments against this. Like, that it is now an unwelcoming place.
But what that comes down to is an issue of desire. You want that. I want that. None of us need it. None of us deserve it.
Yeah, but you deserve it equally to me.
But I have the funds to go and purchase it.
Yes. And we are, so you started off that we are talking about adding a morality to this. And I would say it is in the best interest of the scalper to say, well, we're trying to add morality to this thing because it's hard to say that the scalper is on the moral high ground here.
Correct.
That it only benefits the scalper, you, Steve Valdez, the scalper.
You stop it right now, young man. I'm going to need to shower after this episode.
It benefits the scalper to try to remove the moral component of scalping, because if you can't remove that, then you're always going to come out in the negative aspect of it. But that's just encouraging poor use of money. That's encouraging not analyzing how we engage with the world. And I don't think you want to be on that side of the debate. I don't think it's a positive argument. I don't think you want to say, well, yeah, it's fine if we take out morality from the equation. To ever have to state that means you've pretty much lost already. I win if you don't think about it.
Okay, I want to take a little side note here.
Let's talk about it.
Just corner off to the side here and just say, I worked in a local game store for 3 years.
You did.
I had a lot of experience with things like this. I do want to make sure it's clear for everybody that is screaming at me into the
joking
ether right now or whatever.
here.
We're not joking around. At the end of this, I will give my real opinions.
Yes,
but
sure.
I just want to be clear that a lot of what I'm repeating here is things that I have heard from
Yes.
scalpers, things
Yes.
like that. But
some justification.
they're not hurting anybody. We're
Yes.
not talking about morals like war. We're not talking about morals like child abuse. We're not talking about morals like anything like this. We're talking about a game. If somebody said, I'm taking my ball and going home, you might think, okay, well, that kid's a little bit petty or whatever else. Now nobody can play. But they don't get universal hatred from an entire community.
They might.
And that's the equivalent of this, where people are just saying, I'm taking my Pokemon and going home. Because they have the money to do it. And sorry, 6-year-old kid, you don't. Sorry, mom and dad, you're not willing to spend that much. You could if you wanted, but you're not willing to spend that much. And at the end of the day, if your kid does not get shiny Eevee for Christmas, I promise you they're going to live.
They're going to be okay.
They're going to survive.
I think we do need to evolve this conversation, because literally everything you're saying, I'm just like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think we need to evolve this from a debate to talking about ethical consumption in general, but in our hobbies.
Okay.
Because I think that's where we're going here.
Do I need to debate myself over here? Is that what
Do you have something else to say? Because everything
on,
you're
on your side.
Yeah, I
do.
understand.
Yes,
I understand that, because everything you're saying, I'm on board with. You do not need this. It's not different than a stock market. You're just investing and hoping that somebody is willing to pay you the price is being said. There's always ways to engage that do not require you to invest. My Aether Drift deck is one of my favorites because it's kind of goofy and kind of janky and not great, but it cost me $4
For the entire deck.
Well, there's a few more. It's super cheap, and it's fine because I don't need to. There's every
And
single.
it's decent.
Yeah, we might have. It's fine. It's not great compared to everything else I have, but I think we might have needed to start on the opposite end of this, because every time I'm like, whatever. I would be more invested in my own argument if I was actually engaged in the hobby still.
So the scalper Fox is saying that everything I've saying before this is right. So
Yeah, no, I legitimately think you win. I don't have here's what I'll say. I think there are moral
Get out of
issues.
my house.
I think there are ethical issues with it. I don't think it's right to be a scalper. I don't have any other issue with them that is special apart from my general opinions on ethical consumption. So in general, yeah, it's terrible. Like you can't win this debate because I don't have any special rules that apply to TCGs. Okay, give me some of your arguments on my side,
Absolutely.
please.
The purpose of these products is to play a game. The scalpers are not playing this game. They are removing the purpose of the product for their own personal benefits. So earlier I talked about the kid saying, I'm taking my ball and going home. It's not that. This is an adult stranger walking in and saying, I'm taking your ball and going home. Or I'm taking the ball and going home. And because I've taken this, now you can't play. And he gives the finger and walks away. Like, this is something that removes the actual purpose of this product. It's like collecting cars, but nobody else gets a car. I'm just a collector. I got 50 in my garage, but now everybody in my neighborhood has to walk to work because of that. Like this is something that is explicitly predatory on a people group, a fan base, but a people group on a fan base that is exploiting their joy, their enjoyment of this game for it.
I think this argument only holds up if we are stating that the gambling aspect opening a booster pack is necessary to the process.
It is. Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay.
Any TCG that has ever tried to remove the idea of a booster pack has absolutely failed. Like, do you know the ones that have? Me neither.
No, I understand, but you're stating that I would disagree with you that this is the purpose of a booster pack is to sell cards. It is a marketing technique, and people engage in it because they love the Skinner box. It's a psychological marketing technique because people love it.
Let me clarify. I'm saying the purpose is to play Magic the Gathering or to play Pokemon. Scalpers are not doing that.
The purpose of a booster pack that the scalpers buy is to engage in FOMO, is to before the scalpers buy it, is to get people to want to think, oh, there might be something good in there. It might be worth my money. I should go buy it. Scalpers know that. They're getting in there. The purpose of the cards is to play a Magic the Gathering game.
Correct.
You do not need to buy a booster pack in order to do that, as you've already stated.
You do if you need, like, if you want to keep up with it. If you want this to continue.
Oh, if you want to be... Okay, so now we're further moving the goalposts. If you want to engage in, like, a competitive scene, sure.
No.
But you can also buy those cards individually.
Again, this is part of the game is... updating your deck, getting new cards, seeing the new mechanics. Like the game Magic the Gathering is not exclusively the mechanics of playing the game. Then it becomes Uno or Hearts, where you have a single deck of cards. It does this one game. You play it, and it's fun. It's great. But the entirety of the game, part of the joy of the game, is new releases, is seeing new cards coming out and being able to swap out these cards and get these things here and there. And scalpers will literally remove that ability. They will walk into a store, buy everything on that shelf, get into fist fights over it. True story.
Very funny.
Yes. And walk out and remove the ability for people to engage in the game in this way.
But none of that allows me... Yes, in this way. Thank you for adding that. Because none of that allows me to precludes me from going to Card Kingdom or my local game store and buy singles.
Maybe not you, but 6-year-old Johnny down the street who loves Pokemon, yeah.
Well, yes, their parent can do the same thing for them, with them.
I cannot tell you how many parents their brain would melt if I told them, you can go to Card Kingdom, you can go to tcgplayer.com and look up the Pokemon cards online, pick the ones your kids like, buy them individually, have them, and they would just be like, what are words that you just said? I have no clue. The idea of going to a website and individually buying playing cards.
No, see, I understand. But I think what you're saying now is that what you're selling is the gambling. You're not selling the game at that point. You're selling the gambling. Because you can play the game perfectly fine, by going online. And if a parent wants to like engage with this game with their 6-year-old child, they're perfectly capable of doing so. You're not selling the game though if they come in and say, I want to buy a booster pack. You're selling the gambling aspect of it, because you could also then say any one of those cards that's going to be in that booster we have for sale in a single.
I think there's a difference between gambling and randomness. You are selling the randomness of it. Gambling is a return on investment.
It's a good point.
Wondering what money I'm putting in, what money
Sure.
I'm getting back out of it. When I go to a baseball game, I'm not gambling because I don't know if my team's going to win or not. I'm gambling when I put money on it and am expecting a return on
the
investment.
randomness is only appealing if you're going to get something valuable.
Valuable to you. Again,
Right.
let's pretend for a
No,
moment.
valuable for use. Yes, exactly.
No, to you, not for you. For example,
No, I'm saying value can have multiple concepts.
yes.
Value can be monetary, or I'm building this deck. None of the cards I got are valuable to this deck I'm building.
yes, exactly.
So
type of
yours,
stuff.
the randomness is still attributing value to a booster pack.
But I would say gambling is exclusively monetary value
I would disagree.
because it's just randomness at that point. Like
Right,
again, when
but-
I go to a baseball game, it is valuable to me that my team wins. I am not gambling going to a baseball game, just going.
Right, but the hope that the valuable thing that will happen of them winning is still up in the air. You might not make money off it. In fact, you've spent money to go there and know you will not make money off of it.
Right.
But you still have hope that they will win because you do not know it for sure.
So let's just be clear then. We're defining gambling different. We're saying different things here then.
Sure, okay.
Because I would just call that randomness. I would call that sport play. Things happen. If I roll a d20 and hope for a 20, I'm not gambling every time I play Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like the randomness exists in the world constantly. We're not constantly gambling. It's just that's randomness.
if we want to restrict the concept of gambling to a financial return on investment, I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So, I think part of the play of the game, and in fact, this is a good thing to distinguish. Part of the play of the game, the core play of the game, is randomness, and scalpers turn it into gambling. They take something that should be only valuable to self, to person, to enjoyment of opening, and they make it a monetary one that then limits the enjoyment of everyone else. It is something that, again, is explicitly predatory on a people group, on a fan base, just for their own benefit.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I can get on board with that concept. There have to be caveats. If we are as we've already said before, this is entirely relying on somebody's a non-scalper's sense of entitlement. I deserve to engage with this hobby for $6.49 a pack. Because as soon as you say, well, I deserve to be a part of this, well, you still can. You are then stating that is too expensive, and therefore it's immoral for me in this moment for you to sell to sell that, you know?
And so here's a part where I actually am going to distinguish between a middle ground here, because as somebody who worked at a local game store, is you're right. There is a little bit of an entitlement from the player base saying I deserve to engage with this for
MSRP.
MSRP. Because even if there were no such thing as scalpers, there would still be desire. There will still be adult players with money who would be willing to pay X amount of dollars for things. That would happen either way. And your local game store, your local your LGS, if they were to say flat out, I'm just going to charge MSRP, they're going to get the scalpers in there that just buys everything and walks out. And now every single customer that walks in and says, do you have this? And you say no, that customer then turns around and walks away and says, they never have the product I want. I'm never going to that store again. This is the 5th release in a row that I've walked in there and they don't have a single thing of the product. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
As opposed to you walk in and it's $8 a pack instead of $5 a pack. And you say, that's outrageous. Fine, whatever. I'll buy one. And you buy one pack and you walk out. You might be a little frustrated, but that place is still remaining in business. They can still survive as a local game store because they are there pumping up the price to market price a little
Right.
bit.
Again, you are self-selecting here. You're choosing that person who paid $8 might it's an entitlement. Oh, this is too much.
Right.
But then they spend the money anyway, so it's not too much. It's just not as much as they wanted to spend.
This is where intention is important here. The difference between the local game store and the scalper is the intention. The local game store pumps up the price so they can stay open and continue to have a community, continue to let people play in their store, continue to have Friday Night Magic or Pokemon League or Fab Armories or things like that in the local game store. They do it so a community of this game can exist in this area. Scalpers do it so they can make money.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so there is an absolute difference between these two things where, number one, your local game store, by the way, is charged more than Target or Walmart. They have to pay more money for these
Yep.
packs.
Yeah,
So
it's not LGS forward.
Right. It is absolutely an unfair thing. Your LGS is at the bottom of a very unfair totem pole.
Because they generally don't sell as much
Right.
as your Amazon or your box stores, big box
Right.
stores. And so it's Wizards of the Coast taking advantage
It's
of the concept of an LGS and the local community,
let me give you
but
guys a-
not boosting up the
Yes.
LGS or the
the real quick rundown of this is that let's go with Magic the Gathering. Wizards of the Coast, they don't create the game, they design the game. Then they outsource the creation to printers and cutters who
Right.
then create the game, but they don't sell things by the box, they sell things by the truck.
Yeah.
And so they then just the ownership by the truck, and then there's the unknown middleman in all of this, what's called distributors.
Yep.
Distributors are the middlemen of the world, and they buy things by the truckload and then are happy to
bring
then
it to the
go
more
thing little by
individual
little, right.
individuals.
And then it gets to stores. Well, Target and Walmart and whatever buy in such large quantities, they're able to skip the distributors
Yeah.
and buy straight from the store, get it by the truckload or whatever. And even if they do buy from distributors and quote them way low amounts because distributors care about more quantity than quality.
Yeah.
They want to sell more product rather than product at a higher price. And so they're going to way low quote your big box stores. And then when it comes to your mom and pop shop who want 4 cases,
Yeah, a couple cases, some
You know.
boxes, something to sell.
so they're gonna pay 70% MSRP. You can't survive with 30% profit. That doesn't exist.
Right, because it's not just scalpers do not have to deal with overhead
Right.
nearly the exact same. Like there are additional costs in having the LGS.
Yep.
And so, yes, I mean, at the end of the day, all we're discussing here is ethical consumption and ethical business practices. And I would state that neither scalpers nor Wizards of the Coast are getting out. Yeah, they're in the green here. And LGS has the opportunity to, more likely, but because of the source of where they're getting there, they can't. It's not like, so when you walk in and say, well, MSRP is this, but you're selling it for double. Sure, I'm not going to preclude the idea that they could be just greedy and could sell something more.
Right.
Because, they're going by market price on TCG Player or whatever. But yes, it is unlikely that your local game store could survive at purely MSRP on all their products.
And I will say that any LGS that exists because the owners are greedy closes. I've
Yeah.
met those owners. I've seen those places, and I've watched them all close down. I won't name any names, but you also have been to locations
Yep.
of places like this, that are just stores that had owners that were not great and not great people and not great with their customers and really
There are lots of
Yeah.
factors that could preclude in there. Just because your local game store closed doesn't mean they're a bad
Correct.
person.
Yes.
Does not mean that
No.
the people who own it.
I am saying
There's
that
1,000 market forces and personal circumstances that can contribute.
I'm saying that if you open a local game store to make money, if your
Yes.
point is greed,
Yes.
you will fail.
Yes, you will have a harder time because people can sense these kinds of things. I think
yeah.
I've walked into a local game, so there was one we used to go to for a while here, where I just remember being there and it just wasn't it was a place to play,
Yep.
but
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The general vibe of the place, I remember being bad. Like
Yep.
the vibes were off. Whereas if I walk into somewhere close that's still open, like there are places I'll go and places I won't.
Yeah, absolutely. yes.
Because I can tell that the general vibes of the community forward aspect of it are better than others, and ultimately it's all up to us to make that decision.
Yeah.
I also don't want to necessarily state that if you buy something from somebody individually and not a local game store, it doesn't make you a bad person. We're all in it. We're all playing the game. Well, I think we've stated it's all just a game. It's a very good game. Any insert game here.
Yeah.
It's very fun. It's fun to collect. It's fun to play. It's fun to do these things. We're all going to have ways that we engage in it. And depending on what town we're in, all going to have only some ways to engage in it because we don't have a local game store within 50 miles to go to.
Right.
So that being said, what Wizards of the Coast is terrible.
I will say,
Yeah.
that if you have a local game store near you and choose to buy from big box stores because it is cheaper, you are actively harming the game in doing so.
It does not.
Game in doing so.
It will not contribute. You also can't just sit down at Target and play a round of Magic the Gathering.
Right.
There are local game stores nearby us that I have sat and hung out a lot at and didn't give them any money for years.
And they don't care. They're
and
cool,
they
man.
are fine. Would they like it if I went and bought more packs or any at all? Sure, of course. But I didn't.
Yeah.
And nobody like came up with a tally
Excuse me,
yeah,
sir.
your monthly fee of $30 per,
Sit down at Target in the floor and start playing Magic and see what they do.
This is why we need, this is really what I actually wanted to get to. Target needs to bring the food court back. That's the point, so we can play Magic there.
Yeah. Overall,
Make Target great again.
I was both sides of the argument in this.
No, we both were. I think because, like most topics, it is not a black and white. It's pretty easy to say that the ethical process of scalping is not good, but it is also difficult to say that there is no purely moral, righteous way to engage with ATCG, I would say.
You caught on it, and it's good that you caught on it, but there is very much a reason why the very first part of my debate earlier was to remove morals from the situation.
Yes.
When you remove morality from it, or even ethics from it, then whatever, man.
Yeah,
People
whatever.
are buying money. You can do whatever you want with this thing.
People literally buy money.
But there is an ethical and moral concern here with the greed and the selfishness that comes from usurping this game, basically. Like, it's a coup almost. You're literally going in.
It does
and
make it
taking
harder
over
to
it.
engage for your average person because it drives up prices. WotC, Wizards of the Coast, sees the popularity of their product, and they're not just going to say, well, every pack is $20 now because people will buy it anyway. They can't do that blatantly, but they will increase prices at a faster rate over the years, increase more products, FOMO with secret layers, all kinds of pretty unethical business practices because it's growing in popularity, and engaging in the less ethical ways of consuming the game will accelerate that process.
Pokemon is certainly less egregious than Wizards of the Coast in this. But
I would agree.
Wizards of the Coast is explicitly often, we're on a different topic now.
Yep.
But
it's all connected.
Re-releases, reprints, secret layers, things like that.
Sending the Pinkertons after you.
Sending the literal Pinkertons after people.
Go look it up. It's crazy.
Yes.
It's a crazy story.
All of these things make people continue to want to buy new product.
Yeah.
Rather than just going to your local game store or tcgplayer.com or MTG Goldfish or whatever.
Yeah.
And buying
Not sponsored by
singles.
any of these.
No. And it therefore takes business away from local game stores and whatever else. And it's pretty predatory, but it's just they're a business. They're going to do things that businesses do.
To bring it full circle, it's holiday season. And when you go to buy something for your friend or whatever, think about how think about your practices. I think it's very important. As we get into the holiday season, I don't think it's inherently bad to spend money on gifts for people.
Right.
That's a thing we do. It's a nice thing to do to whatever. But to think about how we are spending that money is always important.
Yeah.
Especially if you are a Christian, there are ways to engage in the world that are closer to a Christian morality than others. I'll put it that way.
And I will say it is the holiday time of year. If you are a scalper, you are an objectively bad person, and I will fight you. I will fight you
the
right
grace
now.
of God does not shine upon you. Read your Bible.
If you are buying cards, if you don't consider yourself a scalper, if you are buying cards for the exclusive reason of opening and reselling them,
Or not even opening.
or just for the exclusive reason of reselling them, I'll fight you right now. Let's go.
Come
You
around.
are
I'm going to
bad.
give Steve's address real quick. Hold
Yes.
on. Come here right now.
Catch this smoke! Come find out!
Let's take a break. Whenever we devolve into violence, we need to take a break.
So, I want to tell a quick story here in this moment of when I was playing D&D with some friends of mine. We had a group that went on for 4 years. We were there for a long time. And there was 3 married couples, one GM, and then the other 5 of us were the players. And we were all, like, not newlyweds, but within the first couple of years of marriage. And when you're a Christian, this is prime childbearing time. Like, it really, it's when,
If you know what
it's
I
when your
mean.
entire church is, like, side-eyeing you, like, it's not polite to ask when you're going to have a baby, but when you're going to have a baby.
You're
you know what
ethically
I mean?
obligated.
Right. And so...
Just kidding. Not disagree.
you are not. Absolutely
You are
not.
not.
And hey, don't ask people when they're going to get pregnant. Don't do that. Just, it's like real legit.
If they bring it up, it's fine.
Yes, but if there's a woman out there who's struggling to get pregnant and you bring it up in the middle of church, you're a horrible human being. Catch this smoke. No, but
Let's take a break.
but there was a couple, and we always had like charcuterie cheese and crackers and salami and things like that, real good finger foods to be able to eat. And one time,
Nitrates.
we were getting out all this stuff, and one of the girls goes, "Man, that cheese is way stinkier than usual." And we all just like stop. And we kind of look at her, just so you know, pregnancy really heightens your olfactory senses. And so we stop, and we're just like, "Are you pregnant?" And she's like, "No." What? No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's never
like,
what?
it was,
Bye.
like, I'm only mildly exaggerating with the amount of red in her face trying to like set this off, and we don't say anything, and she goes on for a solid like 15 seconds of like, no, what? No. And then she looks at her husband, Daniel, and he is like a much more stoic, calm guy, and he just goes, "I plead the fifth." I will never forget this moment. This is a table that we had actually several pregnancies announced at. A lot of really cool things, but
Yeah.
that moment itself was just one of the most delightful. We literally had to just move on because later on she revealed I hadn't even told my family yet.
Yeah.
I wanted them to be the first to know, and so we stopped asking because clearly she didn't want to say anything,
Yep.
and we respected that. But
Got the MIB flash.
yeah,
you know.
absolutely. No, it was just a beautiful moment around our game table. If you are somebody who's looking for beautiful moments around a game table, if you're somebody out there looking for community, for friendship, for just a place where you can gather around a game table and have some fun, but also be supported with family and love like this, Save Point Ministries is a place that we help people find nerd community, nerd culture community, video gamers, TTRGB players, things like that. But we find them for you in a local church. Local churches are places where you can be loved and seen with the heart of Christ. But we also want to find you a nerd-friendly church where you can also be loved and seen for your passions and your hobbies. If this is something that you are interested in, if you want to be able to go out there and find a place near you that you can have fun moments of community like this, both as a loving family in Christ and around a game table, head over to SavePointMinistries.com. We would love to help you find a local church. All right, Fox, what have you been up to, man?
I've been playing a game called Trails in the Sky, first chapter. The Trails RPG series is long running. Lots of Trails games. It's a kind of a really cool idea of here's this world, and now we're going to do like a trilogy of games from this, in this nation, from these characters, and then there's going to be trails over the horizon. It's going to be from these characters, from this nation. And they all kind of connect and intersect. I don't know a whole lot about the whole thing because this is the first one I've actually played. Because Trails in the Sky First Chapter is a remake of the first game in the entire Trails series. It came out this year. It's very fun. The combat is really cool. It starts, like, if you're just running, it's a semi-open world thing. You've got, like, enemies running around the map. You can engage them in combat, fight them. If they're nothing, like if you're over leveled and you'll just destroy them, you can just kill them real quick and move on. But if they're not, you can like get some advantages by attacking them and then switch to a turn-based. Like it turns from an action RPG to a turn-based RPG, depending on when you want. You get to choose when that happens. It's a really fun style of kind of best of both worlds. If you like both, you can do both. It's a really fun game. I will give the caveat. It's extremely anime. It's the most anime, one of the most anime games I've ever played, to the extent where
some of you just went, oh, never mind. And some
Yes.
of you just went, oh, yeah.
Woo! It's almost a slice of life RPG where it's not actually slice of life. There is an overarching plot, but a lot of the stuff that happens is not related to it. You just kind of like, oh, now we're in this city where we got this general frame of going to the different cities because we want to do a thing. And now we're in this city and we happen to run across these people. There's a whole arc of this game dedicated to you deciding to be in a school play. There's no combat. You're just kind of walking around the school talking to people. And then you're in a play, and that play is like a 20-minute cutscene.
Would you say
And
it's like a narrative?
thematically, it might be related. But it also is not related to the actual plot of the game.
There's some Kojima stuff going
A
on.
little
here.
bit in the sense of like, yeah, you're just going to have to sit here and watch this play for a while. And so it's got a lot of anime characters that are like, just so annoying to me. But the gameplay, it is worth it. There are games I bounce off of hard because of these types of things. The actual gameplay is still fun enough to continue. And also I do look forward to the idea of continuing the series, having this overarching story and these plots kind of weave into one another. I like the idea of that. They're remaking the second chapter coming out next year, and I'm looking forward to when that comes out. And so, yeah, it's really fun. But if you don't like anime, there's probably other games to play.
I got two things. The first one's going to go pretty quick.
Okay.
I platinumed Ball Pit.
Yes.
It's
It's pronounced Balk's Pit.
It objectively isn't.
Ball times Pit.
It's Ball times Pit, which equals pretty good time.
Platinum Trophy.
Pretty fun. Yeah. It genuinely was a lot of fun. But we talked about this before, and I likened it to Loop Hero. I think this is a great example where I played the crap out of it, I squeezed every last drop out of it, and had a great time doing so, and had zero problem uninstalling it.
Never
afterward.
playing it again.
Yep, and I'm super happy to be done with that game.
Yeah.
Not because it was bad, because I genuinely think I got everything I could out of that game.
Right.
And
Which
it
is
was
an
way, way
attitude we
fun.
need more often.
Yeah.
Think about like, well, I just watched that movie. It was pretty good, but I can't keep. There's nothing new when I watch it again. Bad movie. Like,
Yeah.
Just play a game and then move on.
So, yeah, a great game, a lot of fun, well worth playing. It took me about 30 hours
Yeah.
to 100%.
To 100% it.
Yeah, and so I genuinely think it's worth playing. It's a lot of fun, but again, no problem uninstalling it afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
What I actually want to talk about is The Rookie. We've talked about this before. I am now...
The TV show.
The TV show,
not
The Rookie.
not the baseball movie from 25 years
No.
ago.
I am caught up in The Rookie. I'm done with The Rookie.
Not even Captain Malcolm Reynolds himself can keep you on this one.
When we talked about this the first time, it might have just been you and me, it might have been on the podcast, we talked about how cool I thought it was with how behind the scenes they were getting with police work.
Yeah.
How some of it was stuff like the paperwork they have to do. Some of it was stuff like this dude had to make sure the police department was up to code. He was measuring cabinets away from walls. And it was a joke. It was like part of
Sure,
joke, but
yeah.
they were being honest with
They don't
all
talk
of
about
these-
that on Law and Order, though.
Right, exactly. All these real behind the scene things. In season 7, they had a Purge episode
What?
where
Now I'm more interested.
I told my wife, they didn't jump the shark, they've jumped the whale here. And I told her, this is stupid. Like, this is stupid and I hate it. They had a social media manager on April Fool's Day post, all crime is legal for the next 24 hours, LOL. And that is the inciting incident.
And it works.
And
people
it works.
believed it.
And the inciting incident
Oh,
for people
man,
going
that's so
around
good.
in masks Like, and LA is undone over this, obviously.
Well, it's a war zone.
And of
anyway.
course, next episode, nobody ever talks about it again. It's not like this ongoing thing that and people are like, "Who were we having?"
Remember that purge we had?
Remember there was
No, I
77
don't.
murders, and we need to actually look into these things. Like, nope, it was just, it was.
That's
so
extremely funny.
dumb. And unfortunately, every season has been a little bit more of an escalation. The creep has gotten real, and I'm disinterested.
The cop creep.
Yes. Unfortunately, my wife loves it.
Oh no.
Part of the issue is, and this is something that we've talked about before, is that whenever you have an army, police, or any sort of like government official thing, if you want it to be the official LAPD,
Be realistic to
army,
whenever you're making it.
and they give you cars and stuff. Part of it is they can't be bad people. They can't do bad things. You have to reflect us in a good light. I will say, it actually been really cool. They have very directly addressed a lot of systematic problems in police work. They've directly addressed a lot of racial issues. They had a pretty overtly racist police officer that they tried to fire. The union got him back in. Like, they went over that whole process of like, no, we know there's systematic problems. We don't want them to be here either, but they are here. And they actually go into the depths of this and how it works. And this was like season 3 and 4. And again, way back, this was cool. I really enjoyed and appreciated these things. Then they did a purge, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Tell me when they're cops in space. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moon cops.
Yes. All right, well, but that's it. I'm done. We've moved on. We moved on to a different show I'm going to talk about afterward. But so for you then, what's brought you to worship?
Man, I've been spending time with like a couple opportunities have shown up weekly or just one-offs, just like hanging out with friends more often, or like just real casual, like going to a coffee shop every Monday at 8:30, and that's it. But it's an opportunity to just like chill, and it's been very fun. Like, there's this interesting thing that happens where it could be a time when we spend together at a coffee shop on a Monday at 8:30, and we are not like sitting around singing Kumbaya. We're not sitting around and actively praying the whole time. We're not sitting around and, insert whatever church activity.
So this is your non-church group, what you're saying. This is your non-Christian friends.
No.
If you're not doing all these things, then it's your non-Christian.
You're right. It's a bunch of secular. It's secular time.
You're not singing Kumbaya and praying constantly. You're heathens.
No, we're just hanging around. And what's been really great about it's been a microcosm of the church of I'll show up. I'm 35 now. There's somebody who just turned 70. There's a couple people who are a little younger than me. There's some people in their mid 40s. I'm going to go to a thing tonight where there's some guys that are like going to be like 22, I think. I'm 35 and I'm just about the oldest one. And in all of these cases, sure, the topics might change or whatever. I don't know. But you're equally the church. You're equally there as people who are pursuing some of the same things in life of glorifying God, and it's much easier to just sit and be like, hey man, like I had a difficult thing, or just say, I've been trying to work on my prayer life, so what's going on, guys? Like, what can I put in my notebook? Something like that. Where in more general spaces, it'd be weird to get a little deep, especially if you don't know them. I've met the guys that I'm going to go hang out with tonight twice now, and I would have no problem like just saying, hey, this is something I've been struggling with. So,
nice.
Because there's this understood connecting tissue between all of us of we are all trying to work on this together.
Yeah.
And none of us have gotten it down. And it's been like, I've always loved the church for that reason, but it's just been very prevalent in my mind. I've really thanked God for like giving me those opportunities.
Ah, that's beautiful, man. On a similar note-ish, we just finished the 5th season of Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. It's spectacular. This was one of my favorite seasons in a while, actually. I love this season. a side plot in all of this season is this really beautiful, subtle writing and absolute beautiful delivery of performance from the actors about community and the importance of community.
Yeah.
A minor spoiler that does not really affect the overall thing, so you can plug yours if you want, but again, it's minor, is there comes to a point when it is possible that everybody's going to have to move out of the Arconia.
The building they live in will no longer
building,
will not be an apartment building anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody begins realizing, I don't know a lot of these people.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of my neighbors. And Steve Martin, like there's a really good conversation between Steve Martin and Martin Short, who are just, everybody's a spectacular actor. Steve Martin and Martin Short are legends. I could go on and on about them, but Steve Martin looks at Martin Short at the end of a thing and just says, it's easy to forget to be a good neighbor. And it's so true, and it's so accurate, and it just hits me in that moment, like how easy it is to become sort of self-involved and concerned about your own things, and how not even difficult. It's not difficult. It's easy to become self-involved, but if we are able to get over that, it's also easy to just care about the people around you.
Yeah.
Learn their names.
Learn a name and say hi.
Yeah, and things like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your next door neighbor, though it should be. But it could also just be like your friends at your church, the people in your community, to care about them, reach out to them, be a part of their lives. Not to find out that, oh, so-and-so's mom died. I had no idea, or whatever else. And that was like this whole underarching plot through the entire season.
Yeah, it's kind of an undercurrent. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this idea of they've neglected community and they're suffering for it a little bit.
Right. The idea of like, wait, we're saying that it's a bad thing that this would disappear. Why?
Right.
Why would it be?
Right.
If I don't know my neighbors, then I'll just live somewhere else. Like,
what community are you trying to
yeah,
save?
what's the point? Yeah.
Yeah. But what people are looking to be sad to part from one another.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's kind of an existential question.
Yeah. And so they wrote it so beautifully, and the actors delivered all the performances so well.
Yeah.
So, so good. Again, just incredible moments of the beauty of community and the joy of it in a Christ-like way, and just, yeah. It's great. Go watch Only Murders in the Building. It's a spectacular show.
Yeah, it's all right. No, I really
I'll
like
kill
it.
you.
I think I'm done with the show, but I have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm...
No, that's a whole other topic.
Okay. Well, we can
don't
talk
need
about
to
it
get
afterwards.
there. It's time for us to wrap up.
Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you being here today. Let us know what you think about scalping. If it's not that it's bad, I live in... Come catch these hands.
Also, buy my product on eBay. I'm a scalper now. Anyway, thanks for listening to Save and Continue.
A judge will never convict me.
Can't find a body. There's no crime.
That's right. No body, no crime.
No body, no crime.
Thanks for listening to Save and Continue. Let us know what you think about all these things that we talked about. Let us know what has brought you to worship this week. And we'll see you guys next week for...
We'll see you guys next time on Jesus' favorite podcast.
On Jesus' favorite
Save and
podcast.
Continue. Bye.
Bye.